Assalamu alaikum everyone. I am Asar Manzoor. I am from Rehan School, Kurangi campus, and I am a student of foundation level. So today our guest is Maya. So we will ask some questions to Maya. Maya, my first question:
Hey, how's it going?
what does whatever mean?
It's basically a way of saying it doesn't matter or I don't care. Depending on the tone, it can be a chill way of leaving a choice up to someone else, or a total eye roll response when someone's annoyed. Do you usually hear it used in a friendly way or more of a dismissive way?
When do people usually say whatever?
Usually the when they didn't catch something someone said, or when they're completely shocked by some news. It's the universal come again or no way. Do you find yourself saying it more when you're confused or when you're surprised?
Is whatever a positive or negative word?
It's a bit of a chameleon. It can be neutral, like whatever you want for dinner, but it's very often negative. Someone says it during an argument, it's basically a way of shutting the conversation down. Have you had someone say it to you in a way that felt rude?
Can whatever sound rude?
Oh, definitely. It's one of the quickest ways to sound dismissive. When it's used to end a discussion or brush someone off, it basically says, I'm done listening to you. It's all in the tone. A short,
What is indifference?
I'm not sure I follow the end difference between what.
Why do people become indifferent? Indifferent.
You, it's usually a defense mechanism. When people get hurt too many times or feel completely overwhelmed, they just shut down emotionally to protect themselves. It's like an internal circuit breaker. Or once it flips, they stop caring because feeling nothing is easier than feeling too much. Do you think it's more of a choice people make or something that just happens to them?
Can whatever show a lack of interest?
Totally. It's basically the verbal equivalent of a shrug. When someone says whatever, they're often signaling that they've checked out of the conversation or just don't find the topic worth the effort. Have you noticed someone using it with you lately, or are you thinking about using it yourself?
Do young people use whatever often?
Yeah, they definitely do. It's practically a staple in how younger generations talk, especially when they're being sarcastic or just feeling a bit dismissive. It's a quick way to signal that they're over it. Do you feel like you hear it more often from kids or teens than from adults?
Can whatever enter conversation?
I'm not quite sure what you mean. Are you asking if whatever can be the main focus of a conversation or if it's used to end one?
How do parents feel when kids say whatever?
Most parents hate it. To them, it usually feels like a lack of respect or a way for the kid to shut them out. It's that feeling of being dismissed by your own child, which can be pretty frustrating. Do you think it's actually meant to be rude or just a habit?
Can whatever hurt someone's feelings?
Definitely. Since it's so dismissive, it can make the other person feel like their thoughts or feelings just don't matter to you. It's less about the word itself and more about the message that I'm not interested in what you have to say. Have you ever had it said to you in a way that stung?
Is whatever common in daily speech?
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's one of those words people lean on when they're undecided, annoyed, or just lazy with their words. Super common because it's such a fast way to wrap up a thought. Do you find yourself using it often, or do you prefer to be more specific?
What emotions can be hidden behind whatever?
A lot can be hiding under there. And usually it's frustration or anger that someone doesn't want to voice, but it can also be sadness, boredom, or even just feeling completely overwhelmed and not having the energy to explain why. It's like a mask. It looks like they don't care, but often it's because they care too much and don't know how to handle it. Does that ring true to you?
Can whatever mean frustration?
It often does, but not always. It's more like a blanket. Sometimes it's frustration, but other times it's just total indifference or even just being tired. It really depends on the vibe of the person saying it. Do you usually associate it with frustration when you hear it?
Does whatever always mean someone does not care?
Not necessarily. Sometimes people say it when they actually care a lot, but they're too overwhelmed or exhausted to keep arguing. It can be a way to avoid a fight even when they're still upset. Do you think it's possible to say whatever and still care deeply about the situation?
What are polite alternatives to whatever?
I think you're asking for polite alternatives to whatever, right? Instead of whatever, you could say, I'm fine with either, or I'll leave it up to you if you're being flexible. If you're feeling frustrated but want to stay polite, I'm not sure how to feel about this right now, works a lot better. Are you looking for something to use when you're actually okay with the choice, or when you're trying not to sound rude while you're annoyed?
Can friends misunderstand the word whatever?
Whatever is so dependent on tone, it's a total minefield. You might mean, I don't mind, you choose, but your friend might hear, I don't care about your attention. Has that ever happened with your friends?
Why do people use whatever in arguments?
It's usually a power move. When someone says whatever in a fight, they're basically refusing to engage anymore. It's a way to end the discussion on their terms and make the other person feel like their argument isn't even worth responding to. It feels like a win for the person saying it, but it usually just leaves the other person feeling ignored. Do you think it's a way of winning an argument or just a way of giving up?
Can whatever avoid conflict?
In the short term, yeah, it can stop a fight because it just kills the conversation. But usually it doesn't actually solve the problem, it just buries it. It's more like a temporary bandage. The conflict is still there, it's just being ignored, which often makes it worse later on. Do you think it's better to use something like that to keep the peace, or is it better to just push through the argument?
Is whatever more common in casual conversations?
Definitely. You'd almost never hear it in a professional. Anytime. You're very welcome.
Can teachers dislike hearing whatever?
Oh, absolutely. For a teacher, whatever usually sounds like a total lack of effort or a challenge to their authority. It's basically telling them that the lesson or the instruction doesn't matter to the student. Do you think teachers are right to be annoyed by it, or are they just overreacting?
How does body language affect the word whatever?
It changes everything. If someone says whatever with a smile and a shrug, it feels chill and flexible. But if they say it while rolling their eyes, crossing their arms, or looking away, it becomes an aggressive dismissal. The word is almost secondary to the body language. That's where the real meaning is. Have you noticed a
Thank
specific
you,
gesture that
Maya.
makes it feel more rude to you? Or just like thinking it over?